this is Paolo, and today I'm here to talk to you about my live looping setup, how I use it and how it works. For years to do my live gigs, I've used my MacBook Pro, an audio interface and Ableton Live, but that setup is quite heavy. I just wanted to switch to something lighter. I can show you how lighter it is now. That is way lighter, and it really helps me because I live in London and a lot of time to go to gigs I just take the tube, and the least amount of gear and the lighter it is, the better. Makes my life so much easier. What I use is an iPad Air, the 4th generation. On it I run AUM and Quantiloop. Quantiloop handles my loops. AUM is basically my mixing desk and it handles all my effects. The iPad Air has a USB-C port, so that connects my Focusrite 4i4 to it. It powers the Focusrite. The battery lasts way more than the length of a gig, so I don't have to worry about having an adapter that charges the iPad and powers the Focusrite at the same time. That's great. The iPad is so powerful that the sample rate I'm using is 96 kHz and the buffer size is 64, so my latency is so low and the quality is so great. And it's way better than what my MacBook Pro from 2013 could do before. So how do I use Quantiloop? Quantiloop only handles my loops, and all the effects and all the volumes are handled by AUM. As you can see here, I have the volume of everything. I can turn the guitar up and down. I have my loops. I can control the volume of the loops. I have my EQs. These C, E, D, F are all bus sends. They send a signal to all my effects. I have a master output that I can mute or unmute. It's very handy on a gig. And I can turn from mono to stereo. So if I only have one speaker on a gig, I don't lose half of my stereo effects. After that, I have my effects. As you can see here, I have my reverb. So I have my guitar delay. I can control it with the volume pedal, so I have no delay at the moment. And a lot of delay now. I have my kick loop send, and basically all my percussion loops go through this before. There's a bass enhancer in it, there's a compressor, and there's an EQ. And what that does is really thicken up the percussion loops, make them way bigger than if it was just a straight guitar. After that, I have my synth sounds. I have my other weird effects I can show you. And then all my other weird effects like this, or chorus, or a fake bass. And then I have my vocal loop that I turn on and off so it doesn't record all the time. Alright, let's try and make a loop and see how it works. So my first loop is the one that sets the tempo of the songs, and because Quantiloop is connected with Ableton link to AUM, so when I record the first loop, AUM will sync to the tempo of that loop, and then subsequently all my delays and all my time-based effects will be synced to that. As you can see, Quantiloop has set the tempo to 100 BPM, and the same is for AUM. So after I recorded my first loop, all my other loops will be quantized to that one. I can show you. So if I start the first loop, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, I can press the button at any time and then the loop starts to record at the beginning of the bar. That's really handy. I set my percussion loop to set bars so I don't have to press the record button again. Let's record something else on top. Okay, I can turn on my synth. Then I can turn on something else. One thing I can do is to change the overall reverb of the entire project. I can change the overall reverb and the overall feel of the loop. So now let's record some harmonies on top. To do that, I'll just activate my harmonies and then I'll start the loop. I'll start like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. And now I can do a solo on top. Lastly, I just wanted to show you how Quantiloop receives audio. So as you can see, Quantiloop receives input 3 directly from my audio interface, and that's the guitar, and then the rest it's all sends from AUM and it's all the effects, and then they get distributed to loop 1 or loop 4, loop 2, and etc. So that was my live looping setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe down here. And if you have any other question, just let me know in the comments below. And see you for the next video. Bye!